It's another sunny day. Let's come outside and play. In line with its continuous engagements with its clubs, the Ghana Football Association has scheduled a meeting with chief executive officers of all Premier League clubs on Monday, November 23rd. The meeting, which is scheduled to begin at 2 p.m., is to deliberate on various issues on the ongoing league season and all related matters. The meeting is in addition to all engagements between the GFA and the Premier League club CEOs on the online platform created to ensure regular interactions. Let's move to Europe and do some Premier League stories. And Pep Guardiola has signed a new 2-year deal, which will see him remain as Manchester City manager until the summer of 2023. The 49-year-old has won 2 Premier League titles, the FA Cup and 3 League Cups since joining in 2016. To Man City, you definitely need to talk about their title challenges. And in this weekend's fixture, David Coates will not be the video assistant referee for Sunday's Premier League game between Liverpool and leaders Leicester. Coates was a VAR on duty for the 2-2 draw at Goodison Park last month, in which Jordan Pickford escaped a red card for his challenge on Virgil van Dijk. A tackle which was left the Liverpool captain needing surgery on the knee injury has left him sidelined for a lengthy period of time. Andre Mariner has replaced Coates as the VAR at Anfield. Coates will referee the Manchester United game against West Bromwich Albion on Saturday night at Old Trafford. 2 more stories in the Premier League, and Sami Khedira says it will be an honor to fulfill a career dream and play in the Premier League as he prepares for the new challenge away from Juventus. The experienced World Cup winner has fallen out of favour at the Serie A champions and is yet to feature for the club since the appointment of the former midfielder teammate Andrea Pirlo.
Really happy and satisfied with my career till now, but something is still missing because I always had this dream and never came through. It's like to be a part of the Premier League, and I watched so many games when I was young from the Premier League, but even now I'm following the Premier League a lot. I enjoyed always to play with my teams in the Champions League against the English clubs. The atmosphere, the style and the idea of football, it's always like impressed me, and if it's possible, for sure it will be a really big dream and an honor to be a part of the Premier League.
Still on Khedira, he believes Jose Mourinho can lead Tottenham to success this season.
He's always honest, he's always direct, he's always clear in his mind, and a great coach. So many people talking about he's too defensively, but he's a winner, he's a champion. I think a team coached by Jose Mourinho is always a competitor for the top of the league. Difficult question. I really enjoyed to work with Jose Mourinho, but there are many coaches who I would like to work with. I would never say again to Jose Mourinho, of course, but it's not the only one who I say this is the guy who I would like to work with him again. There are many coaches, even the Premier League, who I respect a lot, even Ancelotti from Everton.
Now let's talk about some sensitive issues. And Chelsea winger Winger Hudson-Odoi and club legend Paul Cannavale met and talked about their experiences with racism in football. In conjunction with the Beats, the Blues' official sound partner, the pair spoke about how racism affects footballers on and off the pitch.
You know what? I have to say, it's what my parents went through. I was proud to be black, and it was so difficult when they came over in the Windrush that my mum wanted to better herself and found it difficult. This shouldn't have to get in the way.
Of course.
Yeah? I don't understand it, and it's still continuing to this very day. And that's why I thought of you. What do you mean? How do you feel?
No, for me, I love my colour. I love being black, and I hope every black person out there should feel the same way. I feel like, as you said, my parents went through a lot when they came into this country, obviously, especially knowing that they're black. Sometimes you might have to fight harder for certain things than other people would. And for me, I say to myself, no matter what you're doing or who you are, if you're black, be strong, be yourself, respect yourself, and just fight for your colour.
Yeah, for me, breaking into the first team, it's funny because I always read the game like before it even played, like what am I gonna do? I'm gonna get this ball. Well. You know what I mean? And that's what I thought. It was just me, and I thought, come on. But you know what? That day was a surprise that shocked me and knocked me for 6, because a young black lad was warming up after he's given a nod from the manager and warming up. He said, yeah, I'm ready, I'm going to strip off. And then I started to hear this racist abuse.
You want to look at them and you want to give a reaction to them.
Yeah.
But sometimes you giving them a reaction makes them feel like we want to do more. We want to carry on doing it to you because we're giving you. You're basically giving us what we want.
Yeah.
You're giving us that reaction of looking at us and making it feel like we're winning.
And it does affect. I'm not going to lie to you, because I went home thinking, what did I do wrong? What can I do better? It's what we got to do. And it shouldn't have to be in your situation where you young players have to come through that same abuse.
I think that there's got to be a massive change. And we keep saying it every day in, day out. We got to change something in football, because you don't want to feel that type of way about anything. Whether it is in the stadium and you're hearing racist abuse, or you're on social media and you're seeing racist abuse, you shouldn't be hearing that at all, no matter what it is. Our skin colour should never affect football.
I love watching you play, and it does give me a buzz. Chelsea, they realise what they got in you, and that's what you're there.
And obviously, Paul, as well, I wanted to say I appreciate everything you've done in the past, for everything that's happened, all the stories that I've heard and read about. I really appreciate the way you handled your situations. You've made a big statement for everybody to understand that black players can come through and they can make a name for themselves, and they should be proud of their skin colour.
You know what? I think both of us have got to use our platform. We've got to use our voice. And, effectively trying to eradicate racism. And it's not just in sport, it's in society as well. 100%. So, I believe it.
And as the saying says, no room for racism. Now let's go to Spain, and the Catalan Giants Barcelona presidential candidate Victor Font says he wants Xavi to run his sporting project, but also insists that Ronald Koeman could stay as the club's permanent manager if he is elected. Font will be running against current Camp Nou chief Josep Maria Bartomeu at the club's presidential elections, which are due to take place in March 2021.
We decided some years ago that the best person to help us build that organization was Xavi. And the objective is to have Xavi as general manager of that sports organization. That's his principal role, because what I told Xavi 5 years ago is that we cannot afford another Pep Guardiola case, where, you know, Pep coached the club or the first team very successfully for a few years, but then he moved on and he went to the competition. And I said, for the next 10 years, we need to have Xavi in the club. And that's why it is important that he takes a general manager role. And the intention, obviously, is that other than being general manager, whenever the club needs him to be coach of the first team, that he becomes the coach of the first team as well.
Away from football, let's do some tennis. And Euro pro Novak Djokovic was beaten for the only fourth time this year as Daniel Medvedev reached out to the semi-finals at the ATP Finals. The Serb hit 24 unforced errors and 5 double faults in a 6-3, 6-3 loss to fourth seed Medvedev in London. Djokovic can still qualify for the last four if he wins the final round-robin match against Alexander Zverev tomorrow. Now, Alexander Zverev claimed his first win in Group Tokyo 1970 last night as he overcame Diego Schwartzman 6-3, 4-6, 6-3 to boost his chances of semi-final qualification at the Nitto ATP Finals. So that's it all for MX Breaks on Sports. I am Sylvan Saki. Keep watching MX24.
Does it?